part of the session, we are going to learn how to use RE framework for other than queue automation. So as you all are aware, RE framework is by default used for queue-based automation. So we have to understand some of the terminologies. So the transaction atom, okay, transaction atom in case of queue-based atom is queue atom. See, the transaction atom is queue atom. But so the transaction atom by default is queue, but there could be anything. Transaction atom could be anything. It could be Excel data row, Excel data like row by row, one by one. We can say if we see one of the Excel, so this could be one row, right? This could be another row. So this could be one transaction. Then another example is array of file path, array of file path. Suppose if you have multiple invoices in one of the input folder, let's say 100 invoices, one by one you have to process, one by one. So one file path, one of the invoice file path is considered as a one transaction. So basically transaction data and transaction atom. These are the two terminologies. Transaction data is nothing but collection. Here I written, you just understand this. So the transaction atom is nothing, so transaction data is nothing but a collection. So it may be data table. From where we get the data table? It could be Excel is one of the source of data table, or anything from the website in a tabular format, that could be a data table. Second example of collection is array. You know the array of file path, group of data, right? Third would be what? List of mail messages. So when you use get IMAP mail message or get Outlook mail message activity, so that will read all the mails and store it in a variable called as data type of list of mail message. List kind of means it's a collection of mail message. So these are the nothing but transaction data. So transaction data is nothing but collection of similar data type. Individual atom of that collection, individual atom, that is nothing but transaction atom. So what is there in the data table? Collection of data row. Collection of data row, correct? So data table is a collection of data row. Simple. So single data row is nothing but transaction atom. One row of Excel. Simple example. One row of Excel is nothing but data row. So multiple data row becomes data table. Similarly, like in case of array of file path, string is a transaction item. In case of list of mail message is a individual item. Any confusion between transaction data and transaction item?
No,
Is it
sir.
clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Good. So the same variable you can find in RE framework very frequently it is used. Means whole RE framework is depending on transaction data, transaction atom, and transaction number. Three things are there: transaction data, transaction atom, and transaction number. So all the game will play around this only. Three variables. Okay. So I have made a statements over here. Okay. How to changes as per the requirement. Just very clearly mentioned. If you follow these notes, definitely you can easily do the changes. But anyway, I'm going to show you practically. Okay. Where to change, what's supposed to be changed. Right. And one point here mentioned transaction number. This keep the track of iterations and transactions. So if you understand in case of for each row and for each loop, there is a variable we can create that is called as index. Do you remember? We use that index for multiple purpose. So that keeps the track of iterations. So it will start from what? Which number? 0. So 0, 1, 2, let's say we have 10 data in Excel. How many transactions will happen? 0 to 9. So overall count will be 10. So transaction number is basically a integer data type. It's a kind of iteration number. Transaction number is nothing but iteration. Okay. Config file, you know very well. Config is a dictionary which is used to store your values in Excel format in a key and value concept, key and value pair. So key is nothing but these values are used in the Uipath coding. These are the custom values you can change as per your requirement. Doesn't matter. Bot is going to, these values are not indirectly affecting to the bot. So bot is directly accessing these values from column A, but you can put user values here as per your requirement. Change the values whenever required. Okay. I will explain the importance of config file after completion of this one. Okay, because this is going to give very much flexibility to the user, and user can change these values as per their requirement without changing the UiPath code. Because in the code we are calling these values. Say in the previous example, Mohammad Ali used this input file as a keyword in the coding, right? Suppose this is the path I have given. Now there is a requirement that I want to change this file path. Okay, what should I do? There is no point to change the column A value, correct?
Yes,
So
sir.
directly I come here and change this. So, so automatically in the code, this affected means updated value will be taken by the bot. So basically what I meant to say is this config variable, dictionary variable saves a lot of efforts. Rework is going to save, and you will get a control of the bot. You can change these values as per your requirement. And suppose, simple example, suppose Mohammad Ali wants to move this file, move this bot to the another machine I'm saying. Do you feel the same folders would be there, same file would be there in that machine? No. So requirement is different. So what I will do in that case, I will change the required values in column B only in Excel, not in the process, not in the code. So no need to change anything in the code. That is the beauty of config file. So this will allow you to do the changes to change the result by providing different inputs to this column B, and automatically bot will capture these updated values. If you are not using config file, then definitely every time we want to change the file path, that small change also you have to do it in the coding. Correct, na? What I'm saying? If you are not using config file at all, then what is the problem? You have to change wherever you have to change in the code itself. So this will save your time. If you are going with dictionary, so you can save your time by changing the values directly here. No need to change in the code. Okay. So that's why dictionary variable is always recommended to use this concept. Okay. Let us go and implement this task. What I will do, I'll keep this config file as of now open. Let's go ahead and use RE framework, and you can give any name to this one, guys. Sorry. This is RE frame for currency conversion. Okay. You can put a description as well here if you want. So this is built using RE frame. Always keep a practice. Okay, putting a description. For currency conversion automation using Excel data. Okay, save it. Okay, this is done. So let's do the first of all, let's set up the things which are required for us. So this file is already available with us. So I will make a copy of this one. Okay. And I will keep this config file. Not much that much data inside this. Let's anyway, we can take exit.com. Let's close this. It's not required. We'll go with the fresh only. So first of all, what I will do, what are the required things? I will make arrangement in the config file. Keep the config file open. Go to project section, and here you can see in under data, you can open up this config file. Automatically getting created. So here you can provide all the required things what you want. So first of all, this is input folder or file path, I will say. Input file path. Second keyword I need, right? Web URL. What is that? So web URL, we can collect it from this. And here you can add a comments, not just for readable format. You can add, this is the website like this. I'm just giving an examples. You can, this is a web URL. So you can add a comments as well if you require. Then that Excel file is required. I believe it is available inside input. I'll take this file and paste it in my required folder. So here it is inside, correct? So I will paste it here. Okay, this is coming here. Then refresh, save it. So inside project one, we got the this one as well. Then copy this file path. It is not coming up. Then let me close all the folders, initial folders which are there, and go to this folder. Click on this. Then the data we have config. Then here is my input file. Okay. Then copy this. Copy as a path. Okay. So I'm putting this in. Oh, sorry. I'm putting this in here. Okay. So this we got. So two things we got. Apart from that, if you wanted to put anything, you can just get ready for that. You know, maybe email ID you wanted to send. Outlook is not. If it is configured, we would have used. Is it configured Outlook here, Mohammed?
No, sir.
It's not configured. No. Okay, no worries. So you could have configured it, so we can use that part as well if you want. Okay, so let's go with this part as of now. Go to RE framework. So now my data is in Excel. I wanted to read the Excel and accordingly I wanted to process it. Okay. So what changes I have to do in the RE framework? First change, first and foremost change, you have to think about what is your transaction data, transaction item, transaction number. Three things you have to think of. So now the transaction data is what? Transaction data, my data is in Excel format, right? Data table. So the collection of data in case of Excel processing is data table. So the by default DT transition data is always with the data table. Now, currently in this example, we are dealing with data table. So let this data transition data as a data table itself. Tomorrow, if you're going for array of string, list of mail message, so this transaction data type is going to change. If it is array, then make it an array of string. If it is list of mail message, make it as a list of mail message. By default, this is as a data table. Getting, guys? By default. Second parameter. So what is second parameter? Transaction item. What is a transaction item here by default? Q item. So I have to change it to what? Transaction item should be, in our case, is in data table transaction item. Individual item of data table is data row. So we have to search out for data row. So here it is coming. Click OK. Once I change this, you suddenly will say there are lots of errors will come up. Okay. Let's save this. Is it changing? Data row. So it will create, means once I change that, definitely it will means most of the changes, most of the places that error will come up. You can gradually see the errors. And transaction number supposed to start from what? In case of Excel, it's supposed to start from 0. Others also. Only for Q, it's supposed to start from 1. For other cases, it's supposed to 0. 3 things we got change. We change in the 3 things. Everywhere we have to keep that transaction item. Wherever we use the transaction item variable or argument, that's supposed to change. Next, go to process state. We are not at building the process. First of all, we are making the changes. Okay. Here in the process state, we are getting the error. Open this. Okay. Go to argument. See the transaction data type is what? Q item. Change it to data row. Save it. Go back to again main state. So this is still the error is available. Means it is not. We are not passing that value. So pass the same variable again. Transaction item, because you already changed the data type of transaction item now. So now it is a data row. Error will gone now. So process state error is removed. Save it. Next, you may see errors in set transition XAML file. So this is going to set the status like success, business error, system error, like that. Open this workflow and see the data type of again transition item. What is that? Don't change the argument data from outside. It's supposed to be changed inside. Okay. Data row. And save it. Done. Close this. So here we have to again go to this input arguments. There is transition item. So this one, actually we have to delete this first. Click somewhere else and again paste it. So this error will go away. Okay. Save it. So the now primary error from set transition status is gone. Is there anything to check? This is not the transition status. Okay. Anything else we have to do? Go inside this only. There is one more error you can see here. Maybe, yeah, here you can see these errors are there. Why? Because statuses, where these statuses are mentioning in the queue earlier. So we have to make the changes here as well. So if you observe these if conditions carefully, what is written here? Just high level, just see and tell me what this condition used for. This is supposed to be for Q.
Q, yes, sir.
So this is supposed to be for Q, but are we using Q now? No. So this condition is telling that if the input atom, transition atom is Q atom, then go inside this true part. But now the transition atom is not Q, it is going to be data row. So it is going to be else part. It is going to be else part. So then part is not at all required. Correct? Then part is not at all required. And the error coming up here is because of Q atom. Why? Because we changed the data type, na? Earlier it was Q atom, now it is data row. That's why this set transition status activity. This activity is for Q only. So that's why this is giving an error. So what I will do, I will comment this part. I will comment this part because it's not at all used. My, but it's not commenting. I don't know.
Control D, sir.
That is disabled actually. Why? Okay. So this error is gone. So basically, the bot is not going to come inside then part because this condition is only for Q. Hence, it is going to else part. So we can do some operation in else part if required, like writing status to Excel back, no successful, failed, like that you wanted to write. You also can write the data back to Excel. Here also it is possible. Earlier we did in the process state itself, Mohammad Ali. So we can do here as well based on condition, success failed like that. Okay. So if you want to write the status back to Excel, you can do it here. Then in business also we have to do the same thing, guys. Same thing here also in the then part we have to comment it. So this is not required actually. Then in the system exception also we have to do the same thing. Nothing we have to change, only commenting. So here it is for this part. I will again comment this one. Comment on this part. Now done. So almost all the errors gone now from the set transition status. Okay. So this is done. Then in the process state, we have to check is there any error still. If it is error, still there is error. So where it is, you have to check out. So this is done. This is done. In the process state, there is one more XAML file. Same XAML file is there in the finally part. So you can see. No, in the not in final part. In the business exception and system exception. Just click on that. So here you can see. Expand it. This expand it. So here we are having error. Actually, we change the data type. That's why this is coming up. So where it is, this one. So this nothing has to be deleted and give the transition item otherwise. Or you can write nothing as well here. So this is done. Error is gone. Then again go to the exception bottom. This is for BRE, right? So close this. This is for business exception. Similarly, we have to go for system exception. Just a second, guys. Here also we have to do the same thing. Here, guys. Here also we can pass the same variable. Error is not there, but we can pass the same transition item. Rather than nothing, we can pass it as a transition item. So if anybody having any confusions why we are doing this, any questions like that, do let me know. We are not in hurry. Okay. I wanted to make sure everybody should understand this and should not have any fear about this. Okay. So what changes we did so far? We are just changing the data types of transition item, transition data, and transition number, changing the data type as well as values, and also observing the error wherever we're getting the error, we're fixing it. So almost we're done for all the errors. Only one error is pending. This is in get transition data. What is that? Go inside this. Where we are getting the error, just observe. So here we are getting the error. Okay. So the transition data type we got changed. That's why delete this part. Click somewhere else and again write it the same thing. Basically, when the data type got changed, right? So that will make some issues. So that's why making the changes like this. Then here also we are having the error. Go to exception first. So this part also will make it changes. Again, write the same thing. Okay. So basically, when data is not available, it's supposed to make it as nothing, so that bot will go to end state. So already we discussed this part. When the bot will go to end state, when there is nothing. Nothing means no data. So that's why this is what they are doing. Get transition data. In the get transition data, if any errors comes up, then it's supposed to make the transition atom as a nothing, so that bot should go to the end state. Okay. What is there in the try block? Get transition data. What is use of this block? Basically, it is getting the next data for processing. Open this and check the argument first. In the argument, transition atom should be what? Again, data row. And save it. So we'll see outside, we have to make the changes again. So this is coming up as an error. So inside, from outside, I will pass the transition atom.
Oh, one question, sir.
Yes.
Can't we have the customized template saved in place, like we are making changes going in every
We can
workflow?
do. You
So
can
that
save this as a template. I will show you how you can do this.
yes, okay.
So this one I'm going to this is also not required, right? Get transition item, because we are not using queue. We are not using queue, right? So either you can delete if you don't want this one, you can delete also. So it is not required. Okay. So till this, any question? I mean, almost all the errors has been removed. Only now we have to build it for our flow. What we done so far? Conclusion is what? We done the changes as per the requirement. We converted queue-based RE framework to Excel-based RE
Excel
framework.
based.
Now you have to put the things, where to put the open browser, where to put read Excel, where to process the data. All that is part of our process. But changes, what we did, these changes we have to make whenever we want to convert RE framework from queue-based automation to Excel-based, queue-based automation to array-based. So these changes is a mandatory. If it is array of string, then what would I have changed? I would have changed the data type of transition item to string. Array of string, it is I would have made it change string. Remaining changes you have to do everywhere. If it's a list of mail message, so I would have selected here mail message. Yeah, data transition data is list of mail message, but individual data is mail message.
Mail message. Yeah.
Okay, so transaction item is individual item. Transition data is collection, group of data. So these changes you have to do everywhere, irrespective of the conversion, where you want to convert. Now to answer Mohammed Ali's question, so is respect to why means to change in respect to change this for this one. I mean, can we have a template for this? Yes, we can have. This template is means whatever template now we are going to generate, that is available for you only. I mean, for your organizations, if you are connected to the internet through the network, okay. But for others, it won't be appearing, okay, because for that there is another provision. You can make a template standard and you can give it to you. So but from the RE framework, we are from the Uipath, we are getting the framework like this. Here in the new from the template, we can put it here. But how I can make this as a template? So you can export this as a template. You can export this as a template. See, this coming up as a template. I will make as a RE framework name. I'm just giving. Excel. So export. Would you like to open the exported project? No. So if you go here, probably it will start appearing. Okay, here. Let me close this, and again we can later on you can open it. Just I'm experimenting. I'm just showing you. So we did it in one of my old organization. We did it like this. We have made the changes to Mari framework. Some customization has been done, and uh, we use that within the organization. Okay. Probably you have to import this or it's not available here. Probably you would have make this as an template and use it. You can make a package also for that one, guys. Just a minute. Why it is not coming here? Mhm. Probably you have to see the location and open it, or you can convert that into package, negative package, publish it, and that package you can what you can say, download. Okay, or you can keep it in a folder of Uipath. So where we can put that, said here program data, program data. Is it there? Program data. And go to Uipath here, then packages. So here you can put that package. Okay. So single package is available at the moment. So you can put the packages here, all the packages what you want. Got it? So that exported template package, you can put it here, and automatically when you go for next time, it will start appearing in the list here. But this is only exclusively for you, not for others. Okay. Getting my point?
Yes, sir.
So that provision is also there. You can create your own template also, you can see. And also we can export the existing code as a template. So let's go ahead and change. I think required changes has been made in the this one RE framework currency. We've done the changes. Now let's build the process quickly, as quick as possible. What is the requirement? First of all, we have to read the data from Excel, correct? So that is a one-time activity. Reading the data of Excel is one-time activity. That's why I'm going to use it inside first run. So even though uploading dispatcher model also will build the same thing, we can upload inside this one, right? So here at the end of this block, I'm going to put a sequence, small sequence here. So this will taking care of uploading the data. Sorry, not uploading, reading the data. So this is, I will make it as a read input data. It's a one-time activity. So what validation I will do, guys? What are things I will put here? What best practices we can do here? I'll put a log messages. See what if somebody give this task to you, how will do it? Reading input data. Okay. So then path exists. I will do some validation whether file is available or not. Put some validations here. So what is that file? Config, correct? So already I provided the keyword. Huh? In the config file, I have kept that file
Yes.
path.
Input
So
file path.
just yeah, input file, but take that keyword. Okay, path exists is done. Go to properties, create a variable for these guys. Quickly. After this, I will give this control to Mohammed. He will do the currency conversion code quickly. Okay, major changes I will do it here. String conversion. This is file exist. Hit enter. And name also you have. sorry, I made the mistake here. It's supposed to be Boolean, correct? See the
Boolean
suffix
variables.
makes how we are putting it here. So somewhere it should be, readable format. It should come up, input file exist like this. So easily one can understand what this variable indicates. So you can easily link up that. Then if condition. So why we're adding these validations? If the file is not at all available, there is no any point to process this. Okay, this is done. Then put some log messages here just to why we're putting log messages, guys? Anybody? What is the importance of log message? Why I'm not using write line?
We can check into logs whether it like
Log
exists.
will be available, sir. We can check.
Yeah, so when you push this code to the production, I mean in the unattended mode, so you won't be having any how you can trace the bot, no? Whether it is working fine or not, how you can trace it. So the only way to trace the bot performance or bot progress is through the logs on the orchestrator, correct? So that's why this is very important to put the logs wherever necessary. This will save your time while there is an issues, bugs. Okay. I'm going to put a throw activity here. Why? Because I wanted to stop the bot. Throw you can use and put the message. What message I'm going to put? This is a system exception or maybe the any kind of exception you can mention. Let me define this new system exception. It could be business only, but from the init state to end state, there is only single path. So that's why that is of system exception. So I'm raising the system exception here. If you add another path to end state, you can use business exception. Okay, you can send an email as well here, with the business saying that file is missing before putting a through activity. Before through activity, use a send outlook mail message, something like that. Mention file is missing like that. So here the file is available. Then I wanted to read it. For reading purpose, I'm going to use read range. Okay, so take this here. Then provide the file path. Okay, then sheet also you can take it from config. So this is also good practice to put a sheet name as well, because we don't know there might be change in the sheet name as well in future. So why to disturb the bot? So that's why we can input file sheet name, input file sheet name. Then this could be sheet 1, correct? So I'm going to take this keyword. So all possible values which you feel that may get changed in the future, so that you can put it here. Okay. Then what variable is supposed to be used? The DT, which is already available with transition data. So data type is already given now for that. So that's why data reading is completed here. So this is what we wanted to do actually. Okay. So suppose if you face any issues in this case while doing this one, okay. If you face any issue, how we will tackle this? While reading the input data, very unknown error comes up. How will you tackle this? Guys, I'm asking the questions. What is a way to cover up this? So for that purpose, we have to cover this using what? Try catch. Where is control T? It's not there. Cover this with try catch. So this will ensure to throw the custom error. If you leave as it is, it will throw a kind of uh, system error. System error is not understandable. So if you face issues here, in generic way, how will what I will do here? I'll make it as a system exception. I'll put a log message here and also see how I'm going to handle this. Just a minute, guys. Just a minute. Huh? I'm going to put a log message. What I will do, I will put a warning or maybe error. What I will do here, error at reading input file. Okay. And if you want to pass it outside as well, okay, if you want to pass as well, read through we can use. Read through means as it is, you are throwing the error outside. If you want to throw an error by your side, you can put a throw. Read through means it's not changing error type as it is going to throw system error as it is. But you want to pass the error with some meaningful message, so you can put a message like this. So this is next new system exception. Try to understand how we are dealing with this, guys. So we are handling the error as well here. So this is how, sorry, this is supposed to be, system exception actually. Okay. So any questions so far? So this is all about reading the data. Any questions?
So every time, sir, we use the try catch, no, to find the specific. I mean, to differentiate the error. Like you said
Yes.
earlier, if it is a system error, and it won't like specify if we don't the provide the try and catch.
What will happen if you're not using try catch? Uipath intelligent enough, it will catch the error and take the necessary actions. But as a user or as a developer, how you'll identify what exactly happened? So it will throw a very random error message. Random means very kind of unfriendly. Okay, it's with the message which we are getting, which is unhandled. We are getting kind of unfriendly message. So the meaning of that, as a developer, you can understand. But the same message, if you are passing it through the email to business, will they understand? That is a question mark.
Okay.
So to make it meaningful, what we are doing, we are covering with the try catch. Even the very unknown error comes up, then it should throw a meaningful message. Meaningful error. What meaningful error we done here? This is a meaningful error. So this is what handling the exception means. We are not giving a control of exception handling to the bot. To the bot means we are not allowing it to send the error as it is. We are intervening. We are identifying that error and passing it a proper message. Rather than passing the message as it is, we are passing it through the with a proper message. Understood?
So can't we just use the throw instead try catch? What would be the difference like?
Throw is one that is a known, na? See, you done the throw activity here, where when the file is not available.
Okay.
This is absolutely correct. But if you say, if you face some other errors, which is not, this is one of the handled one. This is handled. We know file is not available. We are very clear here. What if you get another error? For example, this path exists gives you true and false. That's fine. Read range activity, sheet name we are given here. Assuming I'm saying sheet name we provided. That sheet name is not available. File is available, but sheet is name is not available. Did we handle this error here? In the code, we didn't handle. We assume that the
Hmm.
sheet name is there. But in future, let's say one fine day, sheet name is not available. Sheet one is not there, which is unknown error for the bot. What will reflect as a user, what we are expecting, it should inform. It should inform sheet name is not there. Sheet is not there. But it will show something different error to the user. So that is very awkward to means read that. Means very difficult to understand what exactly happened. So basically, we are covering with the help of this try catch. What we are doing, we are covering all the unhandled exceptions. Getting
Okay,
me?
sir. Yes.
Unhandled means that may occur. Maybe like sheet name is not available. Maybe file is open in the background. That kind of issues. Any kind of unknowns which we are not at all expecting. When that comes up, then we are simply using the try catch and covering up here and putting a generic message with this statement saying that there is a issue with error at reading the input file. What error? We can put again details here. Plus करके like plus symbol you can do here and find the exception dot message plus exception dot source, like that we can do here, so that while debugging you can easily identify, yeah, here at this particular activity we got the error. You can handle it multiple ways. I mean, you can add some other exceptions categories to this one, so that what should work, what should tell us precisely what exactly happened, like that. Okay, so you can
So
cover up. The conclusion is what? Yes, Rubina.
yes, so the exact reason, whatever will be the unknown exception, but we have just given a general message for the user to understand, right? Like there is some error and this is the message of that error. But it's not
Correct.
necessary like this is only the error that the developer will know, right? What is exactly the error is.
Yeah. If you want, developer wants to know what exactly error, you can put a log in a detail message here.
Yes, yes, sir. Hmm.
Like
But
as I
this
said,
message we
exception
are
dot.
only giving for user to understand. But
Correct,
back
correct.
of the
So
thing,
business
the
should
developer
understand,
is doing.
na.
Yeah.
Bot should send an email saying that how will business come to, let's say early morning 8 a.m. bot supposed to run and business coming at 9 a.m. So he should know what exactly happened with my bot
Yes, yes.
in terms of what in a user friendly message. we are not we are not allowing the bot to send any random message to the business. We are allowing custom generic message so that business easily understand, yeah, there is a issue with the while reading the file, that is the error message gone to the business. So if you want to again specify what exactly happened, that also you can control it. So that for that purpose you have to add some more exceptions categories to that one, and whenever that categories comes up, then you can send a specific message to the business.
Yes.
Okay.
So it is best practice wherever you think like error could be possible. The log
Yes.
message, log file is there, so it easy to understand and segregate accordingly.
Correct. And I'm not saying you have to put only single exception. You, that is your intelligence and your practices. All possible exception you can capture. You can capture according to their categories here. You can capture according to the categories. Let's say IO exception is one category is there. Null exception reference is there. So you have to identify all possible. You have to think of what will come up if the data is not available, what will come up if the file is open in the background. All those options you can category can say capture here according to the categories and send the respective messages. Understood?
Yes, sir.
And if you're not categorizing the exception, all the exception comes under system exception. All the exceptions. If you're not categorizing very specifically, you will come under this one. Okay?
Figure out the exact
Now, next part is, yeah,
under if it
and
comes under the system exception, we can't figure out what exactly the error message is for, right?
yeah, you can figure. I mean, you cannot send a specific message in that scenario,
Mhm.
but you can put a log message with. You can understand exception dot message, exception dot source. So from that you can identify where exactly the
Oh,
error is.
okay, sir. Got it.
Got it? Okay. So now I will give the control to you, Mohammed. So you can go to init. You can go to init state. So init all applications here and do that validation, open browser and all those things. Take the control. I'll give 5 minutes of time to you. Okay, it's 11:35, 11:41. You should complete. Open browser and validation. and remaining people should assist him. Go ahead.
Okay, sir.
Browser type you select, Mohammed.
Mm-hmm. We have to create variable over here, no? So
Yeah, yeah. You already created.
already created, yes. Yes, already created.
Hmm. Use maximize window.
Just a minute. What else, sir said? Open browser and element exist.
Maximize window you use, na, that activity, so
Maximus.
that.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So, well, that's it. What else, Rubina?
That's it.
Is open browser, maximize the window, and then the element exists.
Hmm.
So they have created an
We
argument
can,
in
yeah.
for
What?
browser
Yes.
out argument. Create an argument browser out, which we call in process state.
Okay. I'm not familiar with the creating the. Okay, let's give me a try. We have to create here, or we have to
Yes,
go
yes,
back and.
argument.
In arguments only.
Open browser.
Open.
Open browser and give the direction out. You're given a space in that.
Yes. Yes.
Don't give space in the name.
Open underscore.
Give the direction out and the argument type as browser, core dot browser something.
UI
UiPath
path.
core.
Yes, yes.
This is the
I think we have to put if else condition here for element exist.
oh yeah,
Yes,
right.
validation
Mm.
you put.
You have to create variable for that, no? Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Element.
For element exist.
Log message now here.
Log message. Browser is open.
Mm.
Browser opening failed.
Browser is not opened. That's it, I guess.
Throw. I think we have to use throw if the browser is not open.
Yeah, throw
Stop the bot.
system exception. No? Also.
System exception. New.
New system exception.
New
Space. New
Give
space.
space.
system exception.
In bracket. Put
Browser is not open. Under bracket, browser is not open.
double quote.
Yes, I do. Open.
This part is done, I think.
Yes.
Now in process state.
In kill process also you do. Mohammed.
It's giving some
Is that
error.
done, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good, good. What you done? Can you just a minute? Element exists to use convert button you observed. Huh? Okay. So always think of stable element on the screen. Okay. Whatever it is, that is your choice. And why not you use a config?
Yes, sir. Config.
The value is in config, right?
Config. Yes, sir. Just a minute. In config, no, sir?
Correct. See the argument, what the argument is.
Dot to
Do it
string.
fast.
No, you delete that config you have written in first.
Which one?
That config you written in first.
And also,
Config
Double.
and config both you have written, Mohammed.
Okay. Yes, correct.
Yes.
Instead of giving URL, you have to put the key which you have configured in config file.
Config. No? In config. What was the
Web
key?
URL, I think.
Here only go in project and check the config file.
Yeah.
Web
Web
URL.
URL. Yes.
Double quote. To string.
Dot to string. Done, sir.
okay, fine. I hope you created browser variable as well.
Yes, sir.
Good. And save this outside. Whether you created variable, browser variable.
No, here not created, sir.
I'm creating
I'll
it.
give some variable.
Okay. Okay, then see the browser variable type is coming correctly and make it a general business. Okay, save this. Now, what next? So this is done, we're done. Okay. Next part is again, I will work on this get transaction data. Then in process state, you will have to copy that code. Already you done, na, Mohammed? So you can copy that code directly here if you want to save the time. Everybody know how to put type into activities and all. We are not going to waste our time there. So we have the code that you can copy. Give the time 5 minutes time to do that. I will show you how to change in what in get transaction data. And also this part we didn't understand in the last session in the detail what this part first part is. You can see there is a first of all this activity is a check stop signal. What this indicates? So in get transaction status, what is there? Two things are there. First, this activity and if condition. What this activity means? So when you run the bot from the orchestrator, okay, when you trigger the bot, actually, I think you most of people have done it. So when you trigger the bot from the orchestrator, so there is a provision to stop it actually from the orchestrator there itself. If you click on three dot and there is kill and stop options are available. Has anybody seen that? Kill and stop activities? Activities, not options. When you run the bot from orchestrator, right? You will see those options. Has anybody seen?
Yes.
Yes, kill and stop.
Maybe I can show you quickly if it is available. Just a second. Let this open. Okay, right now means process are not running here. Okay, because only single. So suppose you have multiple robots connected to this orchestrator, you can run the bot or jobs here from this one. No, click on this run job. I think I why not? Okay, so there's 3 dots are available, right? So let me go to jobs. No jobs are available. Okay, let me run this. I don't know what this process is. I'm running this. Okay, click on start. So here you have the provision. See, kill and stop. Is it there? So basically you have to understand the difference between kill and stop. So kill is nothing but stop the process at the same instance. Quickly stop. Don't do anything. Stop is nothing but first of all complete the pending work. Maybe it is in the middle of processing something. Correct? Hello guys, are you with me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
If the bot is in the middle of something, then till the next stop activity, till it find the stop activity, it will do the task. And as soon as it will see the stop activity in the code, it will stop the bot. Means basically kill is nothing but abrupt, means stop there itself. Abruptly stopping the bot, abruptly closing the bot at the same instance, then use kill activity. Smooth stopping. Smooth stopping, if you want to do, then click on stop. Smooth stopping means complete the work which is in hand first of all, then stop. So it depends on your requirement, you can either kill or stop. Okay, so in the code, why we are discussing this part, in the code if you go, there is an activity called a stop. So this is basically checking should stop activity. This is going to check, is there any stop signal from the orchestrator? What's supposed to happen? What's supposed to happen if I click on stop? It's supposed to what? It's supposed to stop the bot. How to stop the bot from the get transition state, guys? What is the way? Only one way is there. No data. Correct,
Yes,
na?
sir. Yes, sir.
So what provision has to be done when bot will go to no data? Even though data is there, then how to stop the bot? You have to forcefully make there is no data. So if we carefully observe the if condition, what we did, if the should stop is there from the orchestrator, okay, if this is true, then what we are doing here? Stop process request means requested from orchestrator. What we are doing here? Transaction item is equal to nothing. So basically we are saying that data, even though data is there, but we are making it to stop. You want to stop it. That's why we're making it as a transaction item is nothing. And because of this transition item is equal to nothing, what will happen? This condition becomes true. Go inside this no data. What condition is written?
Same condition.
Transition item is nothing. So basically we are making it logic true. Getting this point, guys? So the simple and straightforward question here is, conclusion here is, how to stop the bot from get transition state? What is your answer?
By making the transaction item nothing.
Exactly. How to stop? By making transition item is equal to nothing. So this is what they did. Got it? If the stop signal is not there, means it will go to else state. In the else state, what could be the chances? There are multiple chances of stopping the bot. There is a chances of there is an error in the get transition data. There is an error. If error comes up, try catch, you can see try catch is the covered. If the error comes up, what they did in exception? What they did? Transition item is equal to nothing. Means transactions data, while fetching the transition data, next data, we are getting some error. So there is no any point to process further. Na? Stop there itself, because you are facing the issue while extracting the data. While getting the next transaction, we are getting the error. So stop there itself. How we are stopping it? By providing transition item is equal to nothing. So this is the simple and straightforward conclusion. Next, go inside one more stopping. When to stop? When actually data is finished. When actually data is finished, then you have to stop it. That is the third stoppage. So from the get transition, there are the 3 stoppage. One is when actual data is completed, finished. Second is When
data.
error occurred in the get transition data, while getting the next transition data, error occurred. Maybe some issues comes up. And third is what? If there is a should stop signal, means stop signal from the orchestrator. In these three scenarios, transition time is equal becomes nothing and bot will go to the end state. This is one of the favorite interview question people ask. When system exception occur in the get transitions data, what will happen? What will happen? By naked eye, you cannot say anything. You'll get confusion. What will happen in this case? Interview may confuse you. If there is a system exception or business exception occurred in the get transition data, what will happen? What is your answer? Just now I said, what is the answer? I mean, before this question only, I just explained the answer. So it will go to end
Just
state.
three, yes, sir.
Three
Three,
options, yes.
because of three reasons, it will go to end process.
One of the reason is exception, na?
Yes,
Out of three, one of the reason is exception.
exception, yes, sir.
But ideally, with the naked eyes, you can't see system exception here, transition. Name is different, that's fine. But the purpose is already covered in the state. So from the init state, there is a system exception going to end state. From process state, system exception is that there is a provision for that. From the get transition, if the system exception offers, is there any provision? Yes, there is a provision, but this is indirect. How?
Yes, sir.
We are making transition item is equal to nothing. So this is the answer. When system exception occurs, what happens to the bot in RE framework? In the get transition data, you simply say that from the get transition data, we can go to end state by three ways. One is when stop signal is there, should stop signal is there. Second is when there is a no data for processing further data. Third is when there is system exception occurs, again it go to the end state. How? By making transition item is equal to nothing. I can give a proof for that. Simply explain. See, should stop signal is there. Then we are making in the then part, we are making transition item is equal to nothing. So it is stopping the bot going to end state. Okay, this is the one stage. Second reason is when there is error in the get transition data here in the get transition data. So in the covered by try catch. So in the catch block, we added transition item is equal to nothing. This is second one. Third one we are going to discuss, that is in get transition data. Yeah. That's why we are going to add a condition for that when there will be data, when there is no data. So let me delete this existing condition. This was for queue based automation. I'm going to delete this. Now I will ask some few questions to entire audience here. Where is my data available? In which variable my data is available?
Data table.
Yeah, data table is available, but variable name I'm asking.
Transaction
Conf-
data.
DT transaction data.
DT transaction. Yes.
Transaction data, exactly. Where my
Transaction.
data is a transaction data. That is a collection. Assume in the transaction data, in the data table, I have 10 rows, 10 data rows. Okay. When you will say the data is finished?
After 10th transaction.
10th transaction. Who is maintaining the transaction? Transaction number?
Transaction.
Which variable is maintaining the transaction number?
Transaction item. Or transaction number.
Transaction number. Transaction item is
Transaction
maintaining the
number.
data.
Maintenance data. Yes. Transaction numbers. Correct.
Transaction number. Correct. So when come to the precise answer, when I can say if the 10 data are available in my Excel, when I can say what should be the number of transaction number so that I can say data is finished.
9 till 9.
Yes. After 9, 0 to 9. That's 9 is the last.
So when the transaction number, try to very precisely, because then only you can understand this condition. When that, so execute this RA framework till transaction number is less than 9 or equal to 9, less than equal to 9, or till less than 9, so less than 10.
Yeah, less than 10
is
we
also
can
valid, na?
use. Yeah,
less
less
than
than
10.
10.
Yes.
So logic is clear. Let me again reframe this one. What is that we are looking for? Transaction number. So transaction number is here. It should be less than what? 10, correct, na? In this very specific example, 0 to 9. How I can get the number of rows from the data table? What is the way to get the number of rows? Count of rows, I'm saying.
Rows dot count. Rows dot count.
So data table variable you have to get now first.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Are you thinking in Excel automation? We did many times this one. How to get the
Yes.
total data? So transaction data, this is my variable. Dot rows dot.
Count.
That's it. Check whether you understood or not. What we written here, transaction number, process this till the transaction data is less than, sorry, transaction number is less than total count. As soon as this logic is false, what should I write? I should stop the bot?
Yes, sir.
How to stop the bot?
Nothing. We'll give transaction item as nothing.
Exactly. The answer is ready. So the transaction item is here is what I should write. What should I write here? Nothing.
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 Of course, na. So what condition we written here? Transaction number is less than total count, then do process it. As soon as transaction number mismatches with transaction count, so total count, then go here and stop the bot. Means data is finished. Any question here? Any confusion? For queue-based automation, this is not at all required, guys. Automatically it is counting the status of the items. Means accordingly it will taking. For other than queue, you have to do all these things. Okay. Any questions here?
No, sir.
Okay. From others also, I will take it as a no. If anybody having, please raise questions. Okay. Now, here data is assigned as a nothing. But if the data is there, then how to assign it? How to assign it? My questions to you people. From the array, specific data I want to see. Specific data. Okay. What is the way to get the data specifically from the array? Suppose array A or array is my array. Where is my data is available? Because this IO data, this is a collection also, right? So how to get the first row data? Any idea? In array we did it, na? Array of 0 is first data, array of 1 second data, like
Index
that.
will take.
Index will give, exactly. We give the index. So here is my data is available inside what? Data is available inside my transaction data. Correct, na? IO data. So this one, data is available in transaction data. Collection. But individually, I have to assign one by one, na? My transaction item is 0. The first data is supposed to assign to transaction item, process it, again come back here. Now the transaction number is becomes 1, get this next data. So it's supposed to increment, na? So who is this transaction number is getting incremented. This variable is getting incremented simultaneously, and I have to assign this data to transaction item. How? By this way. Everybody know this concept, array and index. In this one, you can understand carefully. So we did it like this, guys, earlier also. Where I can say with the help of array, I can explain you. Array, we know the concept, right? So this is the array. Array 1, array 2, array 3, array 4, like na collection plus index. So if I put 0 here, what will happen? First data will come up. 1, second data, like this. So the array means collection here. So for current example, what is my data is available in transaction data. Inside that, what you have to provide? Index. But what is index in RE framework? Transaction
Transaction
number.
number.
So basically what I did here, transaction item is equal to, I'm getting the data. How to get the data? Transaction item is equal to transaction data inside index. And when the data get finished, transaction item is equal to nothing. Is this clear? Don't touch any other points. Only you have to add extra 2 activities, assign activities. One is getting the data, one is nothing we are assigning based on this condition. That's it. Let me know if you have any questions and confusions.
So in RE framework, whenever we are using, we'll always in process transaction, we'll always take one data from get transaction and it will process one by one, right?
Yes, yes. One data from get transaction. It's a loop actually.
Yeah.
In the for each and for loop, you need not to take the next data. You might have observed, let's say read range and I use a for each row activity. What will happen there? Same currency conversion we did it using this for each row, correct na?
Yes, yes.
So there no need to increment the number, no need to get the next transaction. Automatically it will fetch the next data. But in RE framework, we are building a iteration. We are building a iteration. Automatic iteration is not there. We are building the iteration actually. How? We are putting some state conditions here, and if data is available, then take the data, and not available, then stop, put nothing there. And also we are incrementing this number, transition number, where in this set transition status. I showed you on the in the previous one of the session, right? In the set transition status, we are incrementing the transition number. If you go and see that number, na, you can see that easily. Set transition status. Go to the process state. For that, you have to understand the logic behind it. When to increment the number, that we already understood. When there is success, when there is business exception, then increment the number. I'm just going down here, increment the transition number. In both the scenarios, we are going for the next transaction. Only in case of system exception, we are retrying. So that's why we're directly not incrementing the number. Go here inside and see the transaction number is getting incremented. So initially it is 0. Now it becomes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that. This is clear.
Yes, sir.
And in case of system exceptions, we are not directly incrementing that. Why? In system exceptions, we have the special provision provided, that is retry.
Retry because of it. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if you retry directly, retry means returning the same transaction, na? Not the next
Yes.
one.
Yes, yes.
So that's why the increment is not happen directly here in the system exception. If you go inside here, if you see there is a retry concept added. So this Q retry, we can simply comment this part. Already we commented that or deleted, I don't know. I think that is not there, commented this part. Okay. So this is taking the screenshot, saving it to the bot folder. Then what we are doing here, retry current transaction. So here we have added some extra provision, which is going to retry it. How it is going to retry? What is meaning of retry? Keep the same transaction. Don't increment the number. Correct, na?
Yes, sir.
Simple.
Yes, sir.
Retry means don't increment the transaction number. Let's say we got the error for third transaction. Next transaction should be 4. Next transaction is supposed to be 4, but we're keeping the transaction same again, 3 only. Again, it will go back. How it is going back? How it is going back? Because we provided the path like that. See this? We provide the path. Na? This will go in loop that it's already in loop. Okay. But we are keeping the transaction number as it is. And also we have the provision there. When the max retry reached, see this? So for that, we have taken another variable to keep the track of how many times retried. IO retry number. There is another variable, integer variable created in the RE framework, which will keep the track of what? How many times
Number of
current transaction is retried. So that's why it is maintaining whether it is greater than equal to max retry number. When as soon as this becomes greater than equal to, it is going to make the retry number 0 and incrementing the transaction number. You can see carefully here. It's not visible. Huh? See, are you getting this?
Yes, sir.
When the transaction number is getting incremented after reaching max retry. Getting? If not, then simply it will keeping the number as it is and simply incrementing the see here. What it is doing?
Retry number, it is increasing.
Yes, retry number is incremented. Till that transaction number is same only. It is not at all incrementing. But this is what in orchestrator queue. If it is orchestrator queue, then it is incrementing the transaction number directly. There it is incrementing. Why? Because in queue based automation, it is not retrying the same transaction. It is going to make a copy of that one and go for, it will take at the last. What that means, guys? In queue based automation, what will happen now? Suppose there are the 10 items. Listen this statement carefully. This will come help handy in case of interview. There are the 10 transactions. At the fifth transaction, I got a error, application error. What will happen in that case? So the provision made here, you can see there is a transaction number getting incremented here. Incremented. So it will go for the sixth one. So ideally, what should happen? Fifth one should retry, na?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
When system exception occur, what should happen? The current transaction should get retried.
Retry.
That is what ideally we are thinking. But the retrying mechanism of RE framework in case of queue is something different. How it is going to do? When the fifth transition got application error, it is not going to retry that atom at the same instance. Because queue works on first in, first out logic.
Yes.
So it will simply create the copy of that atom and make the status new. Okay, again I will repeat. It will copy the current atom and make the status new and push that atom at the last. So after finishing remaining atom, it will take that retried one again for processing.
So in this case, if it will take the fifth transaction in last, it will retry. And suppose we are writing something in Excel, then it will not write in front of fifth entry, it will
No.
write in last entry.
That is absolutely. So writing back to Excel is the wrong way. Actually, Mohammed Ali asked me that instance, I just given the answers because I don't want to reveal all these things at the same moment because you'll get confused. So when you're dealing with queue-based automation, it is not ideally because dispatcher is something, perform is something. There is no any direct dependency on that one. So you cannot rely on that. Ki bhai, this is retrying, then how should I write it against the same? So we don't know which transition item is going on. So ideally we assumed the first one is from this, second one is like this, and accordingly we are writing it back to the Excel. But that is not the correct way because it may or may not be queue atoms and Excel atoms are matching.
And
So
one more thing.
Then to make it possible to as an Excel you wanted to make, then there is a separate provision you have to do. Take the transition item, build a separate Excel. Na? Why are you depending on that? Build a separate Excel altogether because data is there in the Excel transition item already. Data is already there in the queue item. Na? You can take all the data, build a separate Excel and write the another column to that status one.
Okay, means at end we can build a separate Excel and we can write from the queue, we can write.
Take the reference of queue only, don't rely on Excel. Excel part is finished because already uploaded all the data to queue. Now data is available in queue. So take the data of Excel only and rely on that only. Don't rely on Excel. Okay?
So usually, sir, in when we are working in companies and the projects live, so what happens whether when we are using REF through Q, so whether we are writing in Excel, usually what happens?
No. For summary report purpose, we normally do that. Summary report in the sense business, if you want to share some Excel summary to the business, how many transactions? Because sometimes business having an access to orchestrator, this is a technical part, right? So they won't understand orchestrator and all those things. They want a statistics. So the statistics also we can share through the Excel itself. So that is our job, how we want to share them in Excel file. So the Excel file, we can build a template like maybe transaction item, transaction status, then that's a remark against that. So like 4 or 5 fields we can put and send a kind of summary email at the end of bot processing.
Okay.
We can build it using this one queue item itself, based on queue item data.
Okay.
Understood?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, you are saying something, Mohammed?
Was like talking on the same line about the when we doing the queue part. So there was also like the maximum number of retry where the best practices you said we put three. So suppose the fifth transaction is getting failed, then it will attempt in the last, right?
Correct.
Then
Correct.
that was my question. So eventually I got the answer also.
You got the answer?
Yes.
Okay. So basically that is there in the queue base, but in other than Excel, there is no any provision like that. Means directly the same instance, it will get retried. But for queue, it will go to the end, go at the end, because that there is a provision like that. It is getting cloned actually. First of all, it will get cloned. Where it is going to get cloned, there is a clone concept. Probably I can show you just a second. Maybe I commented that part, na? You can see inside that. So there is a clone concept. Clone in the sense copy. See this and observe this. No, this is number, na? Wait, where that clone is there at? Wait. I'll show you. Retry number, it's taking failed. There is a catch it second. No, I can show you somewhere it is there here itself. Okay. Give me just a second. I will show you where that cloning is happening. Okay. This is for queue retry concept only. Screenshot. Then this is consecutive number exception is taking up. Retry current transaction. I believe we have to check here itself. Queue retry. Nothing queue retry we're assigning here. Somewhere we are doing it. Where exactly? We are providing retry number to this. Somewhere is here actually. So where we are doing that clone concept here actually. So that is maybe this retry only. It is going to make say transition status we're doing here, and I will retry assigning that number to this one. Okay, it's not here. Add logs, increment the consecutive exception number. We have to check the transition atom actually. What exactly happened to that? Retry current transaction. Oh, here also it's going. Okay, I will share you. Okay, this will take our time. Probably I will share you the snapshot of that one where exactly it is happening from my laptop. I will show you. Somewhere here it says maybe the activity is missing here, but it's happening. Okay, retry is happening. Just remember, Q retry is happening here because of that only. It will basically it is making it as a clone. Dot clone is there. Dot clone. So that will make a copy of that one and keep it at the end automatically at the end of data. Yeah. So I was talking about this. We got the trade gate transaction data. We understood here. I don't think we don't have any questions here, right? So now what is the next part is process state. In the process state, how to deal with this? Okay. So I give the control to Mohammed Ali again. So take a 5 minutes of time. Just copy the code, earlier code. Okay. Put it here actually.
Can I copy from that workflow, sir? It will save
Yes,
time.
yes, you can copy. Simply open up that code, minimize this, open up that again, copy paste here below this. Okay. Because that will save
Okay.
our time and
Yes, yes.
your transaction item would be I will see I'll tell you what changes has to be done. We have used transaction item dot specific content, right? So here we have to use header directly, index or header we can provide.
Okay.
Do that, take the control.
I don't have control yet, sir.
I given you back the control.
Okay, now I have. Yes.
Remaining people just assist him and just participate what he's doing.
Okay, so it is I think I have lost that file, sir. I'm not remembering where I have put that. Need
So
to.
this kind of issues normally comes up when you are the beginner. Okay.
Mhm.
So there was an incident happened with one of the guy. He done all the project all the way Saturday, Sunday, and on Monday morning he has to supposed to send it to manager. Okay. So he lost the file actually. Now imagine what kind of pressure he has to go. So basically you have to make a provision, proper provision where you are keeping the files to store it at a known location. What you did, I believe you did it. I know where you kept that code. So it is already
Yes.
there.
I was practicing before the session, so I need like maybe like for
Yeah. Where is the documents one? You see documents. Here it is. Okay, in Uipath and RE framework. Which is the latest RE framework you worked on? See the timing here. You given the name RE framework, na? Your name was RE framework only.
yes, RE framework. But I was confused between C drive and D drive because most of the time I practice on D drive, and then sometime it by default it gets created on C drive. So I was not sure whether it's created
Is this
on
the
C
one?
drive. Mm, 24. Can you please open the robotic enterprises framework? The date is 29th of Jan, sir.
Oh, this is different.
Different days.
Maybe you kept it somewhere else. Okay, what is this X rate conversion?
No, that
Simply.
is always. Can you go
That
to
That
D?
currency
was I
conversion
think
one,
the
upper first one.
first file.
No, that is the one which we are working currently.
Try in like D drive, sir. Maybe it could be there
What is
earlier.
this process? This one, na, earlier. This
This
one
one.
is the
Yes,
origin.
yes.
So this is there inside 23 framework, RE framework code. 2023 RE framework, D drive. It is inside D drive. So go to D drive, 2023 RE framework. This is an RE framework. Where is that? This one.
Mm-hmm.
Here also, I'm just going with
1043. 1043. Yes.
just checking out is there the file is available. Yeah, this is the one. It happens, normally. So like we have to find out the way to identify where, like until unless you come across that situation, you will not get the issues.
I went there, but I had selected the below file instead the upper one, which was the latest.
Now you can do now. So here we have the. Okay, let me do it because it will take time. Basically, means we have done it manually as well, but already code is available. That's why I'm simply going to copy that. Okay, this entire one I'm going to copy. Process state I'm going to copy there. Go here. Why this main is not opening? Very weird. So I just copied code from that. Okay, and just going to place it here. And also I will show you how to make a summary report, not just for knowledge purpose. Okay, how to build a summary report, that also I will show you quickly. But sending email is not possible because Outlook is not configured here. I'm going to copy paste the entire code. Just a minute, guys. Paste. Done. Okay, I'm going to delete this part and paste that code. Okay, so here what changes we have to do here? The specific content is not going to work out, correct, na?
It won't work, sir.
Because specific content is only for
Q.
Q. So I'm going to delete this. You have to keep the remaining content as it is. I mean, the header name as it is. You have to keep the same header is there in the Excel, I believe. Okay.
Yes, it's the
Do
same
your
address.
change. Yeah. Yeah. Do the changes quickly. Only delete that specific content.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Do it fast. Header is also same is there. I am considering. Delete that specific content parameter from every this one. When there is a queue item, so we have to keep as it is. Specific content is required. For other than queue, you can use like this. Yeah. Click OK. Go do for the same again. Next. Then here writing to Excel is correct. Okay.
Yeah, here we can write to Excel, right, sir? Only in
Yes.
Q we should not do like that.
Yeah. You should not do that because in queue the data is different. Everything is different. So here something error is there in the index. Transaction number is not declared. It's saying this. So I think it is missed. So let me declare the transaction number quickly. Okay. Transaction number in plus is
Underscore, yeah.
Okay, and this is supposed to be integer. Either you can use this right here or you can use it in the I can say this is coming up what error.
This sheet name also, sir, is wrong in right cell.
Yeah, this sheet name you have to take it from that, na?
Yes.
So basic main thing you have to understand, you know, what is this one currency conversion? So this is the change. This would be the changes, right? Every means maybe as per your requirement you have to change this. But the base is same. Base of RA framework is same. Browser and the date. Yeah, why the plus symbol? Browser we have to search uipath.core, uipath.core.browser. Okay, so that is clear now. Save it. And the browser variable I believe you created or not?
Browser was yeah, it was created, sir.
Where underscore browser was there, na,
Yes.
Mohammed?
Yes. Where underscore browser.
Okay, good. So let me assign that as well here. Yeah, it's there already.
Mhm.
Okay, so almost we're done. One extra part I would like to show you how to create a status. Means summary report you wanted to create, na? Then same provision you have to do. Like in the first run, you have to build a data table. Okay, so it's a temporary data table just to collect the data one by one. So let me build the data table quickly. What we want, what you are expecting here. Maybe we can put two columns. Okay, let's say transaction number, transaction number, enter. And this is what I'm going to enter. One column name is transaction number, second column number is it's a status. What exactly happened to that one? Only two columns I'm adding here. So this is create a variable for this. What this variable is control K var underscore dt summary table. Okay, summary table. So this variable, I have to increase the scope of this one. I'm going just explaining the extra steps, how we can build a summary report. Okay, so this is save. Go to statuses, means where we are going to get a status inside the set transaction status. So there we have to create a argument to capture that data inside. Okay, I'm going to open the status one. And first of all, create that variable or the argument inside. IO, I would say, in and out, because that goes supposed to go outside as well. IO dt summary table. So this supposed to be IO and it's supposed to be data table. Okay, this is done. Save it. So here you have three different statuses. So what I will do, try to carefully observe it. In the else part of this one, this is for queue based. So right now it is not going inside the end part, it's coming to else part. In the else part, what I will do, either I can use write sale, but write sale is not a feasible method. That depends. If you want to use it, you can use it. I'm not going to restrict. That is also okay. But I'm going to store the data one by one, and at the end, I wanted to write it. So here I'm going to use add data row. And here I'm going to provide the variable just now created IO data table, summary table. Okay. Inside that we'll pass some information. What information I want to pass? Two things you have to pass. One is transaction number. Correct na? One first, what is the first data in the first column? That is a transaction number.
Transaction number.
The transaction number, is it coming here? It's not there, I believe. Oh, it's supposed to there. Where it is? Transaction number. Yeah, here it is. Okay. Comma. What is the next data I want to pass?
The
Status.
status.
So I will write it as success because I know I'm writing this is under what? Inside what I'm writing it? I'm writing it inside success block, na?
Yes, sir.
So here I'm pretty sure. Here I'm pretty sure there is a success. So that's why I'm writing this here. Why the error is still? It's integer, na? That's why it is coming up here like that. So it's supposed to be string. Because column what we created at a string. So that's why this error is coming up. Okay, now the error is gone. Same case, we have to do it for what? Business exception. Same system exception, business exception. So here in the business exception, again it go to second part here. So here I will write it as a failed. Correct, na?
Yes, sir. Where is the fail?
Business exception. And same thing I have to write it where? In the system exception. But in system exception, where to write? After retry done. Once the retry is done, there I have to do it. Correct, na? Once the retry is done, there I have to do it. So when I can say the retry is done, retry is done means that is inside the retry current transition. So when the max retry completed, okay, try to understand, when the max retry completed, then I have to write it, means below this. Basically, why? Here it is. Okay. That. Okay. So here basically you have to write it after retry is done, guys. When the retry is completed, because during the retry we should not add multiple times. It will get added multiple times during the retry. So we should not do that. So basically I have to write it once the retry is completed. So here we have to take that data table in IO. What is that? Just a second, guys. This one, I have to take it actually inside. So this is not there. So of course, if you see it, do it multiple times, you'll come to know, because might be I'm doing little fast because it might be handy for me. So, but when you do it, you also will do the same thing. Okay. So why we're adding, you should understand. Because after retry completed, then you have to add the data row. Otherwise, what will happen? You'll keep on adding multiple times. Suppose retry 3 times. So 3 times same data will get added. There is only point to do that. So
There
here
could be
I have
repetition.
to, yeah, repetition will happen. So that should not happen. Should not happen. That's why we're avoiding that. And where we're getting confirmed after this one. I think this is before retry number getting incremented is supposed to add, because we are adding the retry number, right? Just a second, guys. I'm just going to bring this down. This path is getting halted in between. Yeah, now it is done. Okay. So this path is connected here. Save it. Then close this one. Pass that variable here. I mean argument here. Wherever you created, just pass it first of all. Otherwise, it will make an issue. So here we have to pass the same one. IO summary dt. Okay. Save it. Come out of this. So here also you have to pass it. 3 places you have to pass it actually, because 3 times this set transition has been called. Summary table. var dt summary table. Then save it. Then come out of this process transition. 2 more places you have to do the same thing. One is system exception and business exception. System exception. Here also have to pass properly. Yeah, here. Because we created a separate argument, na? So 3 places in this particular workflow has been called. So we have to pass 3 places this value. This is the new version of RE framework, the one which we are learning here on the screen. So this is a new version. Older version, you don't see this much of, only a single set transition status is there. So this is for business exception. I want to see for, oh my God, this is little confusing. Yeah, here we have to do. This is the last one changes I'm doing to RISE. After this, we'll simply use a write range activity to write the status of this one. Okay. And we'll run the bot. Done. So this is done. Now, when to write the completed status? Completed status we can write at the end. So after processing all the data, we are going to end state. So here we can do that, because if you do it inside end state have two paths. One is from init state, one is from no data. So it should not ideal to do it here inside end. So here I can do, because I know some data might be coming up here. So in the no data part, we can do some extra steps here, adding that part, writing the data to Excel. Here also we can put some validation whether data is available or not in the build data table or summary table. If data is not available, then don't do that like that. So I'm not going to do that part at the moment. So Excel scope you are having. Okay. Excel scope, this one, because through this I can create a file. Okay. Then properties. So create if not exists is already tick marked. Visibility is not required. Visible is not required. Save changes. Create if not exist is already there. So I will just create a summary dot excel sx. So where this will get created inside the bot folder directly. What I wanted to do, I wanted to write a status, write range. So write range, I'm going to do it here. Okay. And the data table here is, we have the data table summary one. That's it. And while writing, you should make sure add headers. Okay. So this will create altogether a separate Excel file, guys. How to add a date and time for this one? If somebody tell you how to add a suffix to a date and time, can you tell me date time? Already we know that date time. Okay. Dot today. Suffix I'm adding. Okay. Today. Dot to string. I'm making a path basically. To string in bracket. I'm going to provide the format how I want. I want in this format dd.mm dot yyyyyy dot hhmms. So this is what the format I'm expecting. Bracket closed, then plus symbol, and this one dot slxs should come up at the end. And I want here after summary, name should be summary, and suffix should come up like this. Any questions here? What I did? You know the date time dot today dot to string. How to get the date, right? So we simply converted the date time, today's date time to string one and given the format required ddmm dot yyyy like that. So this will make sure like that. I think we are almost done, guys. So we can now run the bot by closing this Excel file quickly. All set. Assume there is no issue with the selectors. I rely on Muhammad Ali. He already done that coding. How many transactions, by the way, Muhammad?
Transaction, sir. In between, we can stop and see.
No. That in between, if you stop, then there is an issue. Now you will not get summary
Okay.
report.
Okay, yeah, summary report won't be there.
So we need to keep only 3 or 4 transactions so that we can easily understand. Let's do that.
Stop.
Can you connect the power?
Yes.
Do it. Will take 5 more minutes because almost it is 2.5. Think we should to stop the bot. Okay. Oh, this is something different I'm looking for. Let me close this all, guys. Just allow me some time. I'm going to the project folder. Inside this data, keeping only few data only. Okay, because this, I believe this data is huge. So we'll keep only 2 to 3 data, not more than that. Okay, so we've done this. Only 3 data we have taken. Now we are ready to run the code. Yes, one transition is completed, going for second. Good, I think it's working. The good thing is what I think you people are trying with the new approaches, new examples. I think then only you will, come to the real challenges. You face the real challenges and how to fix that. Only watching the videos and sessions, it's not enough. That is what I'm telling you. You have to invest your time. And also kill all process is still pending in this RE framework. Okay, I will leave that part to entire everybody. Given key input file path is not present in the dictionary. Where have we given this? System exception we got. Okay, while using the right cell. I don't know. Oh, we got everywhere. Input file path you have to check. This key, it's saying that this key is not available. Means somewhere we made a mistake that we have to check and go to this. Okay. Retry not happened here, I believe, because maybe return number we have to check what return number we given in the config file. Screenshot you can see it might have taken the screenshot. See, it has taken the screenshot as well. This is the beauty of RE framework. Why? Because some exception got happened, na? So this screenshot is coming here. Probability is still loading. Yeah, we got the error here. Actually, it's saying the error is here, but actually error is something different because right cell is right cell shows the error. What wanted to check that Excel summary here? See, can you see the summary file here?
Yes.
Oh, why it is not written? I am surprised. Why it is not written? It is written header. Means data is not available. Header written means no data added to that data table. What that means? So basically you got the error. Okay, but it's supposed to write. Why it is not written? Okay, first of all, we'll see why the config file is not. Ideally, it's supposed to write here. Somewhere you missed. Let me check the config file first quickly. I think there's a mistake because we copied the code from previous one as it is. We didn't change that
Correct, correct,
this
sir.
keyword. That's why that error is coming up. Right shell one. Correct. So this is what keyword we given the wrong one. Okay. And also this is basically you have to kill the in the close all application we have to put what kill process or maybe kill Chrome, something like that you have to put actually in the that code where it is, guys. Framework. Okay, close all application. Maybe in the last session, we have shown you how to do that, right? Close all application. We can put closing the operation actually. So I'm just going to put kill Chrome at the end actually. Okay. Similarly, you can put a kill for Excel. So if it is an open condition, so you can put it any other applications you wanted to close or any other closing application. This part we can do it here, guys. So basically, it will ensure when there is an error, it will simply close it. I know why that status is not written. There is a reason behind that. We need to understand retry number is not done. So that's why it is not going to that part. I will tell you what exactly happened after this. Why is not written that system exception to the summary report? I will answer that. For this, it will write. Oh, still we got the error. Maybe it has retried or what? Okay, probably we are getting some error still.
Go back.
Browser is not satisfied. Given. Given, right? It was given, right?
Yeah, it was given the variable. And go back.
In browser is given. Why it is saying that it's not given? Browser was not specified for this activity. Okay, you should use this activity inside of browser scope. Acha. Or open browser activities set its browser property. Okay. So go back is not going to work out here. Then what's supposed to be done in that case? Navigation. Navigate to. Okay. So this is not working here. Go back is all. I forgot to tell you that will work inside this one only. Attached browser. Your open browser. So you can use navigate to, and here you can provide the URL. Hmm. Browser also for this one you can provide the same one in browser. In browser. Okay, and so I hope you are getting like how we have to deal with the issues when it comes up. Okay. Okay. So this should work now. Save. And I was answering like why we are not getting that one. The reason behind is maybe max retry number we have to observe how much it is given. How it is?
0.
Correct, na? 0. What happened when the max return number is 0? The basically bot is not going to the state where we return that add data row. I will show you. It is going in the beginning itself. we added retry number, na retry current retry number. Where it is here, this one retry. So basically, if you see the first one logic here itself, what is this? When it is going to S part, it is saying that when the max
It's
return
greater than 0.
then only it is going to left hand side. Otherwise, it is going to right hand side.
Yes.
Right hand side, we didn't do that add data row, na. So that's why it's not going to that part. Add data row, we have to add their one. Their one we have to add data row.
Yes, sir.
So it's actually logically it is not we are doing correctly, because when the max return number is greater than 0, then it will come to this point. Okay, I just added that part here. So it will take care about that. Okay. So now I think almost we fix the issues. So this is how we have to in real time also will face this kind of issues. We have to fix out those issues. The only answer for this one is practice. Completed, right? Yeah, check the output. Okay, this one is, oh, still we got error for this one as well. Process completed, na? Oh, still we got error. What are you saying?
The browser was not
Oh, this also works inside that one.
the same errors are attached browser or open browser activity. It has to be in within.
Earlier it used to be the work. I don't know why it is not working. Okay, so in that case, what you can do now, attach browser you can use inside that and you can provide it. But more surprising thing here is what it has updated the status. Correct, na? Earlier it was not happening because we added editor at the wrong place. Not wrong place, means one more editor is supposed to add. We have added it here. Okay, and maybe you can see the output as well. Currency conversion, the right side for one of, because it's happening after that, na, after writing the data, it is we are getting the error. So probably it has written the output as well. No, where we added that activity, navigate to after this. Ideally, it should right. Navigate to added at the end, na. So here we are adding. Why it is not writing? Log. Are we getting the output? No. So log is not coming. Okay. So you have to check out Muhammad Ali. This get text is working or not. This one. Okay, we're not getting output for actually. So once you get the output, you will get the output here as well. And for this one, what is the suggestion? Go with attached browser activity and inside that put this navigation. Okay, na?
Okay, sir.
Okay. So any questions, guys, on today's session? RE framework other than cube-based automation? The main part of this one is understanding the template, where to change, what to change, that we discussed. Also, you can refer these notes. No, just to do this one, also you can refer this video or audio lecture, video lecture. Also, you can, and remaining part is same only, like currency conversion example. We built it using sequence and flowchart earlier. Same thing, we built it using RE framework. So any kind of process can be converted into RE framework by understanding RE framework template, providing required details. Okay. So this is what we wanted to cover up. So you can come up with the examples of other than Excel as well. So you can go with list of array of file path, one by one invoices you wanted to process. PDF automation you already done. So you can take that example to implement it. If you have already configured Outlook, you can go for email automation. So all that part of initialization has to be done inside the first run here itself. How we did it for this part, reading the data. Similarly, you can initialize the array. Similarly, you can initialize the Outlook. All those things you have to do it inside the first run, and accordingly you have to process it. Okay. So I believe you understood this content what we discussed in today's session.